All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. Today is Talk It Out Tuesday. There is a real need, a real important need for us to focus on conflict resolution and learning how to get through conflict and maintain connection. So many people, first sign of conflict, they run for the hills. They're like, I'm out, I'm done, I'm over it. And it's like, come on now, and I say it that way because there's like 6 billion people on the planet, and so many people are lonely. So many people are sad and lonely because they just go through relationships like a tornado, just destroy and keep it moving, destroy and keep it moving. And I think it's important, I know it's important that there's power in numbers, and those numbers need to be a united front, so to speak. Like, how can we get together to do a collective good if we do not care about the individual struggles? And a lot of people do care about the individual struggles as long as it's easy, as long as it's convenient for them, without realizing that it's not always going to be easy, it's not always going to be convenient, but it is always worth it to kind of slow down. Now, you may be mad, I'm done with you. You're no longer alive to me. Moving on. So my name is Marika Goolsby. I'm a former foster youth and adoptee, and I talk about foster care and adoption every single day on live, hoping to have these conversations with people that want to change and improve the system for the better moving forward, to prevent future harm, to educate people who have no idea about the system, to inspire people to tell their real life lived stories. And in doing this work, sometimes there's confusion, sometimes there is conflict, sometimes there's misunderstandings on how to proceed. We can talk it out. And we can also be like, you know what? Agree to disagree. And let's talk about the places we do align. Maybe we're not going to come to a solution today. You know how people are always saying, if you're in a relationship, don't go to sleep angry. And that, I don't believe in that anymore. I don't believe in that anymore. After being in relationships where you literally, the argument lasts for 12 hours straight because nobody wants to go to sleep angry. It's like, no, leave me alone. Let me sleep on it. Let me marinate on it. Let me process something and then come back like well rested and refreshed and like, you know what? I thought about it. I thought about what you said and seems to make sense. Or maybe I still don't get it. Tell me more about this part. Curiosity, always moving from a space of curiosity. But you can't do that if you're fatigued and just exhausted. You can't. So I no longer believe in the don't go to sleep angry. And to me, that statement comes from a place of fear. It's like, don't go to sleep angry because if somebody passes away in the night, you don't want that to have been your last conversation. And it's like, maybe it's okay that we were actually working on something. I don't know. But I do think the importance of, let's just sleep on it. Let's just take some space to breathe and then come back. And be committed to coming back. Like, you know what? Let me take 2 days to process what we've gone over so far. Let me take 2 hours. Let me take however long you need, but say what that is. Don't just disappear, because then that's like conflict avoidant. But to say, let me think about it. I'm not sure right now. It still isn't clear to me. There's a block here. I'm not sure what it is. Let me go figure that out. All those things are acceptable ways of asking for time and space to figure something out. So yeah, the Wildflower team, we are a strong team that actually cares about each other's individual journey so we can come together for the collective journey. I think that's super important. So every day I'm live streaming talking about foster care and adoption. And the reason, so you may be like, so what does conflict resolution have to do with foster care and adoption? A lot. Because, excuse me, a lot because, like I said, we have to care about the individual journeys to come together for the collective journey. And if we all agree the collective journey is to improve the system of foster care and adoption, that's a collective journey. We can't get there if there's just nonstop internal conflict. We can't get there if we are not a united force, a united front. And we cannot get there if each individual is like, I don't care what you got going on, whatever. It's not my problem. You know, I'm not saying everybody needs to be best friends, but it would help. But it doesn't, it's not necessary. But there does need to be respect and care. So when we come together, we focus on the work. All right, let me see. Anybody over here? So yeah, I do like to have a panel discussion. There it is, panel discussion with folks. I do not see myself as a lecturer, someone who just goes on and on and on and on and on for 4 hours and then it's like, okay, bye, or 3 hours or 2 hours or whatever. Grand Rising, EM, I love you. Okay, so let me share this out so we can get some folks in to have this conversation, see what people think. What do you feel? What have you heard? What have you witnessed? I have witnessed people go and have a conflict and immediately focus on making the other person wrong and bad. They are wrong. What if whenever there was a conflict, we looked to ourselves like, okay, what could I have done better or differently? What part did I play in this confusion? Thank you for the populars. Thank you for your daily heart me. I think if everybody did that and then said, okay, this is what I did. And if both people did that, I think conflict resolution would be just smooth as butter. Just to say, you know what, this is what I could have done differently. This is what I was thinking at the time. And now I see I could have said that differently. Most people go into it like, this is what you did wrong. This is how you made me mad. This is how you made me sad. This is how you made me. No one can make you but you. We choose how to respond and react to everything. So I no longer, even if my knee-jerk reaction is that made me, I have to slow down and think like, okay, why is that so upsetting to me? Like, why am I choosing upset, anger, hurt, sadness? Is there another way to look at this thing that I completely bypassed? Usually there is. Someone else in the exact same situation might see it as humorous. Someone else in the exact same situation might see it as insignificant. I didn't even notice. Why is it so weighted for me? And then move from that space. Don't, your first knee-jerk reaction, like, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, thank you for getting the title gifter of the, yeah. Thank you, I appreciate it. Maybe I need to get this kind of hat. It's kind of cute. So yeah, It is really important to be open and willing to talk it out. And I know for me in the past, like, I guess after being programmed and groomed to be hyper vigilant about the other person's reactions, moods, movements, facial expressions, tone of voice, everything for safety. It used to be easier for me to write a note because attempting a face-to-face, like I'm scanning every little thing. Like, ooh, you raised your eyebrow. What does that mean? Oh, you blinked twice. I know that means this thing. Oh, your pitch went a little higher. Your pitch went a little lower. You're using your hands a lot. You're not using your hands a lot. Every little thing can have a meaning, which could then be triggering. And then I'm reacting out of the trigger instead of calm. What did I do that I could have done differently? So sometimes, communication, it doesn't necessarily have to happen face-to-face verbally. It could happen through, well, I don't recommend text, but sometimes text to kind of warm things up. Hi, Ron, welcome in. Sometimes to warm things up. Notes, letter writing, email, sometimes talking over the phone, because now I'm not reading into your body language so much. So there's all sorts of ways to communicate. And one is not better than the other. It's just different, and finding what is more effective for you. Thank you so much for that power share. I appreciate it big time. And thank you for tapping the screen, Ron. I appreciate it. So yeah, today is Talk It Out Tuesday. What's this? There's no emotion in text. Sometimes it's good to take the emotion out of it so you can just focus on the facts. At least that has been true for me in the past. Because a lot of times, the face-to-face, when people are constantly assigning emotion to it, and not necessarily even the correct emotion, I have a tendency to think people are annoyed when they're not. Like, which is triggering for me, because that is old programming. Marika's annoying. Marika's annoying. Marika's annoying. Marika talks too much. Marika's annoying. So if I'm so busy focused on that, I'm not actually hearing what the person is trying to say. I'm actually not getting the message that the person is trying to send. Like, oh, you think I'm annoying? I'm already shut down. Information is not getting through. So then the person has to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. They're frustrated. I'm frustrated. And it's like, let's just pause. Let's just take a break for an agreed upon amount of time. 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, count to 10, 2 days, 48 hours, whatever it is. But yeah, sometimes it's like, I don't think we can do this face-to-face right now. I actually have to go to work. You got to go to work. Let's just text me later. Yeah, sometimes the emotions can be too high. And where text might be a better way to go. Yeah. Text, writing letters, So yeah, I do love to have a panel discussion. There are 3 ways to get on the panel. They all start with your daily heart me. Get your daily heart me and be a super fan. That's 1. Get your daily heart me and participate in the live goal or the gift gallery. That's 2. The 3rd one is get your daily heart me. Thank you for getting your daily heart me, Big B. And tapping the screen 1K times, or doing a power share, which is 60 shares. So those are the ways to access the panel. I do want to hear from folks. Everybody gets 10 minutes. I do ask for a brief intro, your name, your age, your pronouns. How are you connected to the community? Meaning, are you a foster parent, an adoptive parent, a bio parent with children in the system? Thank you for the populars. Are you a former foster youth, adoptee, a social worker or anything in the helping field? And what are your thoughts and your feelings on Talk It Out Tuesday? I'm a strong believer in be the change you want to see in the world. And what I have seen so far is people that see conflict and like pour gasoline on the fire. You know, they want to see it bigger. They want to see it more dramatic. They want to see drama. You know, they want to see explosions. I want to see spaces of healing. I want to see more people being willing to be a mediator, to be like, whoa, you guys used to be so close. What happened? As opposed to, that taking sides. Ooh, that person is horrible and wrong. Thank you so much for the populars. I appreciate it. So yeah, it's like, so this is my attempt at that, being the change I want to see in the world. I got work later, but enjoy your day. Thank you. You enjoy your day too, Big B. So yeah, today is Talk It Out Tuesday. I would love to see more spaces of healing where people can say, you know what? I don't know what went wrong exactly, but something went wrong, and I would love help figuring it out so we can get back to a place of peace, calm, back on the same page. I would love to interact with people who want more of that. All right, Ron, thank you for all those populars. Let me see. Let me check your stats, because I always have to check people's stats. Oh, okay. Ron has 2 comments, 0 shares, 1.1K taps. Awesome. If your shares are low, you can double your taps. I didn't see. Let me see. How many populars did you do? And the live goal right now is actually donuts. So just pay attention to that. And the gift gallery is the gift gallery even full? Okay, there's 11 things left in the gift gallery. All right, so I appreciate that. Yes, thank you so much for the donuts, Ron. Let's get Ron up here. So Ron is our first panelist. Hey, Ron.
Hey.
Let me get you 10 minutes. Let me get your intro and then all the things you got to say.
All right. My name is Ron, and I'm 39. So I am a adoptee. So I was adopted, and I was a foster parent.
Okay.
So I adopted 4 of my kids. So I know if that's...
Did you say your pronouns? I'm sorry.
Oh, he, him. Sorry about that. Okay. I missed that.
No problem. All right. You're all good now.
With my adopted mom especially, I know what that's like, because she would say something and you would have to read between what she was saying. She'll say something to you and you're like, okay, I took it as fact. But then if you looked at her face, she meant something completely different. She'd be like, hey, I don't need a gift. It's okay. It's fine.
Oh, gosh. That's the worst.
But really, if you didn't do it, she would be mad and tell you you don't love me. Don't talk to me. We're done. And she would do these manipulative things. And I'm like, but you're giving me a choice that was never a choice. Recently, she had my youngest over during New Year's Eve, and she did it again. She's like, hey, do you want to watch the ball drop in here with me, or be on the front porch and have the snacks and everything? Well, she's a teenager. Of course she's going to pick the TV and all this, because you gave her the option, but then there was no option. You wanted her to pick you, and she's like, she don't love me. She don't do this. And I said, your issue with that is not her issue.
Yeah.
That is something you manipulated her in a decision that there was no choice. And that's wrong. That's emotional manipulation. And I said, you're not going to do that. We have boundaries. You could just simply have said, hey, I want to watch the ball. Where do you want to watch it?
Yeah.
That's it. You
Yeah.
didn't need to give this whole thing. And I said, the other issue is, I told you not to drink. you're not supposed to get drunk with my daughter. And she's like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm an adult. I said, you're right, but I'm right because you're with my child. It's what I don't want. And if you can't respect boundaries, then they shouldn't be around. That is one of the biggest things. Generally, the other thing is when my friends have conflicts, I had 2 friends that were in the middle of a divorce, and I try to say, well, you have to understand the decisions you made is why he's upset now. You have to try to look and put yourself in their shoes right now. And then the other girl threw gasoline on it, and she's like, no, and do this. And I'm like, and then it caused a huge another fight. And then I was just like, and then I got mad at that girl. They're like, why are you getting mad at her? And I'm like, because you're just adding more fire to you're not trying to solve anything. You just want conflict. And I don't like that. It makes me uneasy. It reminds me of some of the stuff I went through. And then I react in a way where it makes me look like I'm crazy.
Well,
because I'm responding to the trauma and the way she's reacting. And like, you try to take a deep breath. That's why, like, the whole texting thing, I will text or send a whole message. Before I send it, I take a deep breath and reread over it.
Yes, that's
I'm
good.
like,
that's
now
good.
I got my word vomit out. Let me delete this and actually give a correct answer.
Right.
Because, like, when my mom texts me, it gives me anxiety. Because she means something completely different. But I have learned, just ignore her messages, especially if she's drinking. We haven't talked since then. She's actually been blowing up my husband's phone.
Damn.
And we just don't respond to her. Well, if you're going to act like that, I'm just not going to do it. I've already told you, I'm not going to respond to you when you're drinking. That's it. If you want me in your life, we got to respect boundaries that I set up.
Well, you know what? Let me ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So I think never try to control the other person's behavior. Never tell them to stop doing something or to do something. Just let them know this is how I'm going to respond. So drink all you want. Drink all day, whatever you want to do. But just know I won't be around for it.
I guess I worded that wrong. It's more of, don't message, like, if you message me if you're drinking, I'm not going to respond. That's how I said it to her. I said,
and you can tell.
I'm not going to respond if you're drinking. I don't like the way you talk to me. I don't like, you don't feel like my mom right now. That's how I put it. And she's like, that's hurtful. I'm like, but it's the truth.
No.
The truth hurts.
Sometimes.
And I said, but I don't know. I think the thing is I'm like, I don't know. It's a fact. And if it hurts, that sounds more about you than it does me.
Yeah. So you got decisions to make, right? And the same thing with the daughter. Like, if you're drinking, daughter will go away. If you are not drinking, daughter will be there. So it's up to you.
Well, and that was just like the way you talk to me. You're not having access to my children because I don't need you there. Because you're not going to
talk to them like that.
And I said, my kids will not go through what I went through. And you will not put them in that situation. Because my job as a parent is to protect them from these situations. And then I'm like, if I call myself out and I apologize to my children, you will do it too. And I look at my kids, I don't care. Just because they're adults doesn't mean you don't deserve respect. Because if you're being respectful and give them respect, because I said once an adult, I just said if someone's not being respectful to you, you don't have to listen to them anymore. You can walk away. And I said, but you don't need to be rude or nasty. Just say, no, okay. And then I'm like, if it's at school, just do what you're supposed to. Come back, talk to me, and we'll talk about how to handle it. But we don't lash out. We don't do certain things. You just say, okay.
Yeah. And keep it
but
moving.
I said, you don't have to do things that you feel unsafe. So if it makes you feel, that was one of the other thing. My oldest, she's touched me now. She's like, I don't like hugs. I don't. So we never forced her.
That's
and
good.
I always ask, you want a hug? Can I give you a hug? Because like if she was upset, your first reaction is most people, because I know when I was a kid, hug me, but no one ever hugged me.
Yeah, I'm like, get away.
But at the same time, I don't like being touched. Like my 2 youngest are always like, hug, and I'm like, it's too much. No. So I always ask, and I always have to remind them, like, you have to ask.
That's right.
It's like, you got to make sure. So my mom go, make her give me a hug. And I said, no. Well, she's being mean. I said, okay, Mom, let's say she's on a date with a young man or whatever, whoever she's dating, and they say do
Right.
this, and she feels obligated now to do it.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to end up getting in a situation where she doesn't like, and she feels terrible about herself because we're telling her she must do it.
Yeah.
No, if she doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I always taught my kids. Like, there was another thing. Two of them are adults, and we have our grandchild now too. But there's a lot of things I look back at first. I worry so much. I'm like, did we do the right thing? And I'm like, okay, as parents, you're never going to do 100%. But we try to do check me in. I always go, hey, what do you think about this? Or if I'm like, you can tell me, because if there's something I felt wrong, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me, like, hey, I didn't like that. Because the thing is if we're trying to get you to understand something, or it was not the correct way to approach it, you didn't get the message. You're too busy focused on
that's the point.
That bothered me. So I want to do a check me in, because the thing, I'm like, I'm human. I'm going to get mistakes. But if you check in, and because I'm like, okay, now I see. Now I have to reinterpret it or bring back and go, okay, that's not the message I want to send you. Because if you feel like you were hurt or upset and we didn't get there. But, sometimes we do get upset because, like, one time, I think my daughter got in trouble from school for something. And I said, okay, you're not going to be able to do that. That was what we agreed on. Now, I think, like, the oldest, they wanted cell phones. And I said, you guys both give me 10 reasons why you should have a phone and 10 reasons why you shouldn't have a phone. And they gave me that. And I said, these are the rules you set for the phone. So the phone gets taken. This is what you said. These were your rules. I'm holding you accountable to what you gave me.
Which is good, yeah.
So I didn't come up with the rules, and I'm like, these are the rules you said, and we agreed upon it. So this is to hold yourself accountable, and I'm the one that's helping you.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's where I try to do things differently. And if the kids wanted to do something, we always try to have the discussion where we always talked everything with the family before there was any big changes. Because
family meeting.
Everyone's like, well, that's weird. I'm like, hey, being a former foster kid, I hated where I woke up or I was at school. Next minute, I'm in a car going somewhere else and I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, no control. No control.
So, and I do understand, like, there are things that adults, there is a lot of things I go back and think, adults say things to children they should never say. And some people are like, oh, no, well, they're adults and, they should just do it. I'm like, what? No.
Yeah, because do what I say, adult, period.
There has been times where I have gone back and stopped when I calm down or, like, I'm like, was this responding correctly or did I do this out of trauma?
Yeah, reflection is important. Reflection is very important.
Because sometimes with having kids that are in foster home, sometimes we see ourselves in it.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. There's just certain things I try to hold. Like, I would tell my friend, hey, if you see me do something, call me out.
Yeah, let me know. Yeah.
Let me know because you're the outsider right now and you're like, whoa. Because one person, I'm like, hey, I don't want to be mean. I'm not telling you how to parent your kid, but can I give you a different tool or a different way to approach it that might help both of you?
And be okay if they say no. And say that and be okay if they're like, no, I'm not interested.
Yep. And then we just move on. But the thing is I interact, or one time, like, can I interact with this situation? And she's like, please do. I'm stressed. And I'm like, sure. And I do it. And she's like, oh my God, that went better. I'm like, hey, I understand. Yeah. This is what I found that worked for me. And I said, think about when you were a kid and how you responded, how your parents talked to you.
Yeah.
That is what I try to go back to. And I'm like, wait a minute, how was I in this situation?
Yeah.
And we got to understand, like, what is the age level? What are they going to understand?
Yeah, age appropriate is important.
Is this normal?
Yeah.
But, like, there's certain things that are like, okay, they're just being a kid.
Yeah.
But,
thank you.
This is also the hair I was going to show you.
Yes, I love it. It does look like the picture, kind of.
Oh, yeah, that's the old one, and then I just redid this. So
it looks
this
great.
Is for the book event. So I'm going to see Diana for her book thing, driving from Michigan.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
So I just noticed your book was in there. I'm like, oh, that's the other book I got to get too, because your book's on the list for my summer reads. And I was like, I know Carlos is trying to get me to write my book and what I went through. Because his story takes place.
Everybody needs to write
my
their
story is actually, I live in the same town where Carlos' book takes place.
Wow, okay.
So I'm from the same area, but yeah, I know he said that it's nerve wracking. I think I talked to Diana about it. It's just like, again, with that communication.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's just worry about how other people, family, or other people are going to come at you.
Well, there's definitely more to talk about with that for sure.
But yeah,
listen,
thank you for having me up.
No problem. Stick around.
You have a wonderful day.
You too. Stick around if you can. I tell everybody, you get your initial 10, but if you have any additional thoughts or feelings to share, you can request back for an additional 5. But that's kind of how I keep the room moving,
Yes, it makes sense.
All right. Thank you so much, Ron. I appreciate you being here.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, cool. So that was Ron, and I thought I saw another request. Let me take a look. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Mommy of Many. Hi, EM. This is our Talk It Out Tuesday, talking conflict resolution, the importance of repairing connections instead of just discarding them. I think treating people as discardable and this whole cancel culture is really problematic. Hi, honey. It's really problematic, and it's just why we have 6 billion people on the planet. I think it might be more than that. Let me. How many humans are on Earth 2026? Oh, wow. I keep lowballing it. I keep saying 6. I added cats to your schedule. Huh? 8.3 billion people. Let me take a look at that. All right, let me take a look at that. Today's Monday. Oh, today is Tuesday. I'm looking at the wrong day. Oh, there's no there's no Bell today? No, there's no Bell today. Okay, Chris and Angela cats. Okay, thanks. No Bell. I'm sad. Okay. But I'm glad her mama will be there for her. So I'm happy for them. Okay. So yeah, today we're talking conflict resolution, the importance of repairing connections instead of discarding them, the importance of creating spaces of healing. That is what I'm attempting to do. If you are in conflict with someone that you want to repair the connection, I do have a step-by-step guided way of resolving conflict, or at least getting you to a space of agree to disagree, or maybe this connection has served its purpose. Not all connections can be saved, but hopefully most of them can, or at least there's an attempt, at least there's a desire. So yeah, we have 4 people in the room. Let me just give the stats of the room. 6.9K taps, 4 people in the room, 181 shares. I believe our league is still a C5. Yep, C5 top 80%. Okay, I appreciate that. C5 in the top 80%. It would be lovely if we could get to a C4 today, either in this live or in the PM live. That would be fantastic. And it is 7:19 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hi, Rachel. Welcome in. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. So yeah, conflict resolution. So many people don't realize it takes practice. It takes vulnerability. It takes openness and a willingness to not be right all the time. Like, a lot of people can't do conflict resolution because they're like, I'm right and you're wrong. I'm right and you're wrong. You're the bad guy. You have wronged me. And you need to fix it. It's like, what? being willing to say, you know what? I could have done this differently. I could have slowed down. I could have, all what I could have done. Because we can only control ourselves. The only thing I can control is me. I have trouble holding my boundaries because I crave peace more than being right. And the thing is, allowing your boundaries to be pushed over doesn't actually create peace. It creates the illusion of peace. Because it just brings the turmoil internally. You know, I have been at risk of that myself. I have done this myself where it's like, I don't like it, but I'm just going to go along with it because I don't want to have an argument. It just takes the argument inside. And then if you're like me, the upset still leaks out in passive aggressive behaviors. So it's like, you know, for example, like, hey person, you know, I really don't like when you do A, B, C, and D. You know, I can't be around you when you do A, B, C, and D. So instead of A, B, C, and D happening and me just leaving, I stay and I don't say anything about it. And I just take it internally. Like, oh, I hate when she does. But I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want to have an argument. And I just kind of let it go. Oh, thank you for the corgis. And I just let it go, or so I think. And then later on, the person is like, hey, you did the laundry and you bleached my favorite jeans. Oh, you made my favorite meal, but it's all burnt and I can't enjoy it. Or, oh, you know, it leaks out is what I'm saying. So for me, what was helpful is to just, like, you know what, I have to go and I'll text you later. You know? Thank you so much for the populars. I appreciate you big time. Welcome in, Anne. Today is Talk It Out Tuesday. We are talking conflict resolution and why so many people are willing to just throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's an old saying. Is that an old saying? Do people know this? I don't even know. But anyway, it's like keep the good parts and throw out the not so good parts. You know, eat the meat, throw out the bones. That's another one. But yeah, so many people are just ready to throw out the whole thing because it's being not throwing any baby anywhere. I heard that. But I really do try to think, like, what do I have some false expectations? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Because the only thing I can control is me. And, you know, some people will have a wonderful connection with someone, like, oh my God, we agree on so many things. We are in alignment in so many things. And one thing gets out of alignment and they're ready to throw the whole thing out. It's like, you know what? We're going to leave that alone until a later date or something shifts on my side or your side. But continue. Level 31? I love that. Yay. But let's continue to talk about the things we do align on. What about that? Like, people are like, oh no. She eats pineapple on pizza. I'm done. You know? It's like, okay, I'm making a joke, but sometimes it can be that trivial. Like, you know, maybe your thing is something else and you just don't go to pizza together. Like, if it bothers you that much, like, I don't know. So yeah, that is what we're talking about. Let's keep our taps and shares moving up so we can get more people in this conversation. And yeah, I think I will do the same as far as my taps and shares. Oh, that works. Okay, cool. It is Tuesday morning. and we are all the way live. All right. All right. I'm getting a strong power share going. Yeah, this is good stuff. All right. Power share going out. Welcome in, Sandy. Grand Rising. Today we are talking about the need for conflict resolution and connection repair. You know, it could be a romantic connection, platonic connection, family connection, a working connection. You know, somebody you just know from work. Whatever your work is, it could be your neighbor. You know, where you're basically like, you know, things used to be wonderful and now, for whatever reason, they're not, and I would like to get back to wonderful. I think just having the desire to get back to wonderful is a start. If both people are coming into it like, I would like for things to be good between us again, I think that is a great start. If one person is coming into it with, I'm here to prove how horrible and wrong you are, it's not going to work. Both people have to have a genuine desire to get back to a good place. And be able to say, this is what I could have done better. This is what I could have done to lessen the confusion. This is what I thought I heard. Like, I'll be real quick to say, I know I got some past trauma, and it makes my ears hear things differently than maybe it was even said or even intended. And always come from a place of curiosity. This is what I thought I heard. Is this what you meant? Please confirm or deny. You know, like, and take it at face value, because if you're asking that question and then the person responds, oh, that's not true. I know exactly what you meant. Then why did you ask? Then why did you ask if you really believe I know exactly what you meant? It's like, there's no clarity in that. Like, I heard you say this thing and it sounded like you meant this. Is that true? No, that's not true. What I actually meant was this, and this. No, you meant what I thought. Like, oh my goodness. All right, let me see. Anybody in the other spaces saying stuff? Nope. So yeah, this is the conversation for the day. I have posted the weekly topics, the daily topics for the week. Weekly topics or daily topics? Daily topics? I don't know. The weekly schedule of topics for the day. Does that make sense? I don't know. I hope so. I hope it makes sense to somebody. If not, ask a clarifying question. All right. All right, we have been live for 45 minutes. Oh, you know what I'm missing over here? That's what I'm missing. All right, cool. So weird. Doesn't even show it here. All right, conflict resolution, relationship, community, repair. Anytime there's more than one person, there's room for conflict. Actually, I take that back. Anytime there's a human, there's room for conflict, because internal conflict is real too. Like, I'm torn. I want to do this thing, but I don't want to do this thing. Internal conflict is real. A lot of us struggle with internal conflict. Why do I do the things I shouldn't do and don't do the things I should? That's an internal conflict. Like, should I eat this apple or should I eat this donut? Ooh, I should eat the apple, but I ate the donut. Internal conflict. I guess that's where my internal conflicts are, mostly around food and exercise, but that's a topic for a whole nother day. There's a lot of new 1-cent gifts. Yeah, there really are. Well, some of them are old, but there's still some new ones that I haven't seen. Huh. GG. Okay, cool. Hey, Victoria, thank you for your daily heart me. This is Talk It Out Tuesday. As you already know, we've been talking about relationship repair, community repair. If there's a conflict, is your response to immediately X that person out of your life? Or is it like, maybe this is something we can work on? Maybe we can come to some understanding about. I think in order for there to be some good conflict resolution, both people must be interested in repairing. Right? Right? Yeah, and I think you've been having it with court. I mean, court is a type of conflict resolution where the judge is the mediator. So you've actually been having it with the entire system in California. Some conflicts take more than one mediation, apparently. Joy is probably having breakfast with Amber. And, oh, it's okay. I don't know who Amber is, but so yeah, I think it's super important to not have one conflict with someone on one area and forget all of the other areas of life that you actually align in. It's like, there's so many other things to talk about. Sometimes you have to just give something a rest and let it marinate for a while. Thank you for the repost. Thank you for tapping the screen. I appreciate it. Thank you for that strong power share. So that's the thing. I'm a strong believer in be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see. I'm tired of seeing spaces where conflict is encouraged, instigated, blown out of proportion because people want to see drama. People want to see a dragged down, dirty fight. I'm just like, what? I've seen people that actually could help. Like, wait. I think I can clarify what's going on here. Don't. And actually do things to make it worse. Like, ooh, girl, I wouldn't allow that. If somebody said that to me, you gonna let her get away with that? Not cool. Just to try to inflate the conflict. So that is why I'm creating this space as a space of healing. A space for two people to go through this step-by-step guided way of having a conversation where you can hopefully slow down, return to a place of calm. Even after every sentence, sometimes you gotta like, hold on. And really focusing on what is my part in this confusion? What is my part in the misunderstanding? What could I have done differently? Moving from a place of curiosity. Well, what did you mean by that? And not like, well, what did you mean by that? What you trying to say? Like, and you know, I'm the number one person who's against tone policing. Sometimes you got to get it out the best way you can get it out. And sometimes you can pause, take a deep breath, and then ask. So this is what I thought you meant. Am I right in this? Like, even from a place of curiosity, am I truly being curious, or am I just being confrontational? Like, even be curious with yourself. Like, do I really want to know, or do I just want to make the person look a certain way or feel a certain way? Or curiosity all the way around for the other person and for yourself. How am I feeling about this? Is it really that upsetting? Is it really that saddening or whatever? Would someone else in this exact same situation see it differently? I think a younger me thought my reactions to all situations were normal, because there was always a desire to be normal. Like, anyone would be upset by this. Anyone would have hurt feelings about this. And it was a therapist that was like, not true. Not true. Someone else might be in the same situation and might think it's hilarious. Someone else might be in the same situation and think nothing, indifferent, whatever. It doesn't affect me at all. And it wasn't until I started really kind of paying attention and noticing, like, oh, it's my knee-jerk reaction is not the gold standard. The normal. Of course I'm upset. Anybody would be upset. Not necessarily. And if the idea that anyone would be upset is your justification for being upset, then no. Try to imagine it a different way. Maybe it's not funny to you, but it might be funny to someone else. That's what I had to realize. And I know for me, sometimes that will be even a reason to be even more upset. There's nothing funny about it. You're so calming. Oh, thanks, I guess. Thanks. Sure, I'll take it that way. So yeah, it's that's why I have this space. Be the change you want to see in the world. I would love to see more spaces of calm and healing. More spaces of healing, more opportunities where people can say, you know what? Me and this person, we used to be so cool, and I don't know what went wrong, or I think I know went wrong. I think the misunderstanding occurred when this thing happened, and I said this, and she said this, or they said that. Let's go to Marika's live on Tuesday and try to figure it out, because we want to get back to a place of being cool. Not let's go to this other person's live where I can really put you on blast and embarrass you and tell you how wrong you are and then discard you. Like, who's going to show up for that? Welcome in, Exy Grand Rising. The change your mind about ABC, and it really does work. Ooh, say more. I'm having that with my sister right now. Ooh, say more. And remember, y'all, I do like to have a panel discussion. So, there's 3 ways to get on the panel. They all start with the Daily Heart Me. Daily Heart Me, be a super fan. Daily Heart Me, participate in the live goal, which is donuts and DJ equipment, or the gift gallery. And then there's Daily Heart Me and 1K taps and a power share, which is 60 shares. Change your way thinking about it. Yeah. It takes practice. But it does work. All right, someone's requesting. Who is that? Rachel, let me check your stats. Rachel's stats, whoa, okay, 2 comments, 0 shares, but 2.5K taps. And that is what I call quality. Quality engagement. Awesome. Hi, Rachel. Oh, thank you so much for turning your camera on.
Yeah, so shake it up today.
Yay. So yeah, let's get your intro and your thoughts and feelings on Talk It Out Tuesday.
Sure. My name is Rachel. I am 30 years old. I am a former foster youth and sibling to an adoptee and guardian ad litem. Yeah, I think that's, oh, and she, her.
Okay. Oh, Victoria, I'll read your stats right after this. Okay, go ahead.
And well, I wasn't going to join, but then you were like, oh, say more about the conflict. And I'm currently having a conflict with my sister, who we both were in care together. And so there's this deep enrooted bond that we have, even though she drives me insane, as siblings do sometimes. So the option for her, I think I had talked about this a couple of lives ago, but when she's upset, she is a walk away from the person completely kind of person when it comes to conflict, whereas I am a let's talk it out over and over again until both of us feel good about it. And so us having a conflict, she's just shutting me out completely, and it's so frustrating because I want to resolve it and she wants to not hear from me. But the problem is that what we are in a conflict about is the partner that she's currently choosing. And as much as I want it to be one of those things of you make your choices, it has nothing to do with me, she has children. And the person that she's picking as her partner is impacting her children. And as a safe adult in their life, I can't justify how it's not my business to get involved when there's kids involved. And that's somewhere where the rest of my family disagrees. My grandmother thinks that it's her business what she does with her life. It's her business how it impacts her kids, and I completely disagree. I think that if people had taken that kind of mindset with me as a child, well, they did, a lot more people should have gotten involved and didn't, because they were just kind of like, that's not my business. And so trying to resolve this conflict with her of some of her choices, I think that she sees it as I have conflict with her and who she is, but I see it as I have conflict with the choices she's making, not with who she is as a person. And it's really hard to find a stable ground between the two of us. And because I am a let's talk it out, I want to resolve this conflict, it feels heavy to have conflict with someone that I love. Like, I wake up thinking about it. And she is, don't talk to me, I'm going to figure this out, your words aren't helpful. I don't know where the middle ground is. Like, I don't know how to accept that she needs space from me while still reaching out to resolve that conflict and keeping a reasonable boundary, because when I get too involved with her choices, she'll start leaning on me very heavily and taking those choices with her. And so if I try to put up a line of, okay, if you're going to stay with this person, I don't want you to call me at 2 a.m. crying about something that they've done. Like, you're going to stay with them, that's your business. But then if she calls me in a crisis, I feel like I can't say no to helping her because she's my sister and I love her and she has my nieces there. So it's just hard to figure out where to draw that line when it comes to conflict. And like, do I push to resolve it? Do I just allow it to be and just continue to shoulder the fact that we're not going to agree on this? Like, I don't know where the middle ground is on this one.
You want to hear my 2 cents on it, or 10 cents on it, because inflation? Yeah? Okay, so I think, and this is something I was talking about earlier, like, you know how people always say, you know, if you're married or just have a long-term relationship, never go to sleep angry. And oh, okay, I'll wait. Are you on a call?
Sorry, your call's just, I was trying to cancel them.
Oh, okay. So people often say never go to sleep angry, because the assumption is someone's going to pass away in their sleep and you're going to wake up and feel horrible because you never resolved it. You never, like, the last thing I said to them was this horrible thing and I feel horrible. And I think that is not the way to go, because I know in the past I have been in arguments that were like lasting 24 hours. No one's sleeping. We can't sleep until we hash this out, and we have to continue talking about it. And at that point, I'm delirious, I'm sleepy, I'm angry, I'm not taking any information in, I'm not making any sense. You're not making sense to me, I'm not understanding you. We're never going to get anywhere. There's something to me really valuable in saying, you know what? We've talked about this as much as we can for now. Let's take 10 minutes. Let's take 5 minutes. Let's take 24 hours. Let's take 48 hours. Let's take 72 hours, whatever you agree on. Because sometimes people just need time to process what they've heard. Sometimes people need time to, like, you know, it's like gardening. You know, I'm always talking about gardening. You plant the seed. You put the fertilizer. You put the right amount of water. You put the right amount of sun. You know, you put it in the window just so. And then you have to walk away from it and know that in a week or two or whatever, you're going to come back and there's going to be a little bud showing and you're going to be like, oh, you know, like, but if you ever saw a gardener tilling the soil, putting the fertilizer, putting the plant food, put the seed, and then stand there and scream, grow, 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 where's my freaking rose, grow, you would be like, something ain't wrong. Something ain't right. So I think as a person, because I heard you say you want to talk it out till it's resolved. Sometimes it's not going to get resolved in one conversation. Depending on what the conflict is, it may not get resolved in that one conversation. You may need to plant your seeds and be like, you know what, we're going to revisit this another time, and look for glimmerings of growth. Not either she says, you know what, I'm breaking up with him today, or I haven't done my job here.
Right.
You know, and I think, yeah, it is hard for you to say, if that's your choice, that's your choice. You know how I feel about it. You know how I feel about that person. So there's no need to keep, because then the person starts to feel attacked and they don't want to hear you no more. You know, like, I already know you don't like my partner. I already know you don't like the relationship. I already know you don't like that I'm going through this. But this is my life journey, and this is where I'm at in my journey. And yeah, I don't know, just, you know how I feel. That's it. That's all you got to say. They're not going to forget. They're not going to be like, oh, I wonder if she's like liking my partner now. Maybe we should go to brunch. You know, like, she already knows. And as far as, like, you know, just be there for the kids. But you can't force her to be with someone else when she's not there yet. And I used to work at a group home for teen moms. And a lot of the girls at the group home had boyfriends that were very problematic. And all we really could do is continue to tell them, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're amazing. You deserve someone who sees that, someone who values that, someone who remembers that. And they didn't have that. So we would just remind them over and over. And eventually they're like, you know what? Forget this. I deserve better, because those messages start to sink in. Right. But just reminding them, like, oh, you're still with that creep, you're still with that bum, that never gets you anywhere. Nowhere. Yeah. But and yeah, boundaries around like when I'm available to talk. Like, no, don't call me at 2 a.m., but you can call me at 10. And every time you call me crying about this, I'm going to remind you, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're smart. The type of partner I wish you had. I'm sorry that you don't have that. Because clearly she doesn't know that. Clearly, she's pursuing what she thinks she deserves. And sadly, it's whatever this problematic person is.
Yeah. At this point, we've had these back and forth tiffs at least 15 years now about.
Yeah, too long.
Yeah, so and she'll repeat things back to me that I've said to her that I understand that she hears me. I don't think that she feels it. And so I can't make her feel it. I can't make her understand that she deserves better. She's going to have that.
Yeah, all you can do is remind her when you see her, like, wow, you're amazing, you're beautiful. And that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And how it's affecting the kids, just be there for the kids. Be that auntie they can call you and be like, oh my God, they're fighting again. I'm so annoyed. Or whatever. Like, yeah, I wish your mother was picking someone else, and I'm sorry she's not. And hopefully when you're older, you'll pick much better and realize that you deserve better and what it looks like to be valued and be that mirror for them. Like, okay, you've seen what a toxic relationship looks like, and you've seen what a healthy relationship looks like.
That makes sense. I just never want to be the type of adult that speaks poorly of a kid's parents just because I have a disagreement with them. So as much as I truly disdain this man, I'm not going to talk about that to the kid.
I wouldn't. But I would definitely listen to them and listen to them and have all the empathy and understanding. And wait, how old are these kids?
One just turned 13 and one is 8.
Okay, yeah, definitely listen to them. Be there for them. They'll be in role model healthy.
Yeah,
because they can definitely see the difference.
For sure. Like, I think the 13-year-old, after seeing all of these years of it, is now showing what she's learned, and it is not great. My sister's now having to deal with a teenager that has her spirit, which is beautiful and challenging.
Yeah. I get that 100%. Like, I have a 4-year-old granddaughter, very strong-willed, knows what she wants. We love it. And then it's like, oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, all you can do is just, and when she's crying, like, I go through this with my stepdaughter too. She was with someone who was really problematic. It's like, well, you know how I feel about him, so I'm not gonna rehash that, but you're too smart and too beautiful to be crying every other day over this guy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good idea. Thank you for giving me the space to talk it out.
No problem. I'm glad. I'm trying to provide the space for healing. Other places are not doing that. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a lot of negativity, and that's not really my vibe.
Right. Thank you. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
All right. And if you have any other additional thoughts or feelings to share, you can request backup for an additional 5.
Oh, great. Thank you.
All right. Bye. All right. Baby Sassy, welcome in. Oh, Victoria. Victoria, I believe, asked for the stats, which we already know Victoria's a rock star. All right. 6 comments, 399 shares, 401 likes, and Victoria is a super fan, so that's automatic access to the panel. Hey, Baby Sassy, how you doing? Victoria, did you want to come up? I love this in your bio. You get what you fight for, not what you wish for. Yes. I agree with that. So yeah, we're talking conflict resolution. We're talking about healing spaces and the importance of healing spaces. Thank you so much for the populars. There are 3 ways to get on the panel. They all start with the Daily Heart Me. 1, get your Daily Heart Me and be a super fan. 2, get your Daily Heart Me and participate in the live goal, which is donuts right now, or the gift gallery. The other way is to get your Daily Heart Me and do 1K taps or 60 shares, which is a power share. Those are the ways. Okay, no. All right. So yeah, I do love having a panel discussion. I don't know why the word panel always just wants to not. We don't see the donuts. Oh yeah, at the top of the screen, let me look. It says 3 out of 10 achieved. I will pin it so folks can see it. I can pin the donuts. There we go. Yeah. So I pinned the donuts to make it super easy to see that the live goal is donuts. Yep. So let me know if you still can't see it pinned at the bottom. And yeah, I'm totally open to hearing what I think it's my side because I don't see it. I feel like it just went away because I think it only stays there for a certain amount of minutes. No, it's supposed to still be there. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the corgi has been, so the DJ equipment, don't worry about it. Okay, thanks. Thanks, I appreciate you. All right, so my name is Marika Goolsby. I'm a former foster youth and an adoptee. I talk foster care and adoption every single day. And today we're talking about Talk It Out Tuesday, providing a space and forum where people can talk it out, where people can come together to say, you know what, I used to be really close with this person, and for whatever reason, we're not close anymore, and I would like for us to return to a place of closeness. That has to be the starting point. I would like for us to come together from a place of closeness. Yeah, another thing I just thought of right now, sometimes when someone wants to talk it out and the other person doesn't, sometimes you just have to be able to give them their space and be like, you know what, I'm here whenever you're ready. I'm here when you are ready. And that can be hard because it can feel like the person will never be ready. And maybe you interact with them and like there's an elephant in the room, but they just don't want to talk about it. And just saying, like, we still haven't talked about that thing, but I'm here whenever you're ready. It's an invitation. It's not a demand. It's if we don't talk about this thing, we can't talk about nothing. It's it's a soft opening. What did I hear earlier? I heard earlier in another video about conflict resolution, saying conflict needs a soft place to land. Like, and I was like, yeah. If you already know the other person is just waiting for an opening to be like, you're wrong, you're bad, are you going to be open to being like, let's talk about it, or let's come back to a space of calm and peace? Or are you just going to want to run away? Like, but if you really know in your heart that this person genuinely wants to come to a place of understanding and get back to a place of peace, you might be more willing to try it. To say, you know what? I don't want us having this elephant in the room, or I don't want our connection to just be completely lost. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. And that is definitely what I would like to see more of. But I am also of the strong belief that if someone is asking for space, give them space. And if they know they can take that, they'll be more likely to come back. And ask for, I know for me and my anxiety, I need to know how long, how much. Like, okay, you want me to like not call you for 3 days? Is it a 2-day thing? Is it a 4-hour thing? Let me know when you want to revisit it. And the person being able to say, you know what? I don't think I can talk about this anymore right now. Let's talk again tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and we try again. You know what? I've reached my limit again. Let's talk about this in 3 days. Let's talk about this. Call me after lunch. Call me after dinner tonight. 10K. Yay. Thank you. There is value in that. There's value in let's marinate on it. Let's process a little bit. Let's think it over. Let's talk it through. There's value in that. And people may or may not realize that, you know, we were just, give space. Give space. Sometimes it's needed for even a better outcome. And the goal, like I said, should be for a better outcome, for repair, for strengthening connection, because actually people don't realize that conflict can be a tool for strengthening connection, because now I trust you. I trust that if I say, I just can't talk about this anymore, that you're going to be like, okay, let's agree on when we'll revisit it. And that you're going to respect that boundary. And I'm going to respect your boundary. And I'm going to respect that I'm not going to disappear forever, because that may trigger you in some ways. Like, emotional abandonment is a real thing. You know, like, emotional anxiety is a real thing. Like, I don't know if this person is just going to go away and forget about me completely. Like, I don't exist to them anymore. And I'm just sitting here waiting. Like, we're going to talk about it one day. It's been a year. Like, what? Which makes me think, like, I can't even say a situation I'm currently going through, because am I going through it still? I guess I'm choosing not to go through it still. Someone who's known me for 25 years, just emotional abandonment. Like, okay, I don't know what happened. I feel like I'll never find out what happened exactly from their perspective, and I have to be okay with that and just, you know, I'm not going to blow up your phone. What happened? What's wrong? Why you don't call me? Why you don't call me? Where are you? Call me back. Call me back, please. Call me back. I can only do that for so long before I'm like, okay, let me just let go. All right, we have been live for an hour and 19 minutes. We've had 62 viewers, 0 new followers, 7 gifters. This live has made $4.15. We have 10.3K taps, yes. 717 shares, which is awesome. We're a C5 in the top 80%. C4 is our next milestone and moving up in the leagues. So this live will be ending soon. In about 10 minutes, we will call it a day and revisit this conversation, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's important for me to end the morning live on time so I can start the PM live on time. I'm still working out my conflict with father time, because I'll be late everywhere. I think I was born late. Yeah, I think I did ask my birth mother, and she said I was overdue. I was trying to hang out. I was trying to stay comfortable. I was chilling, like, oh yeah, this is nice and warm. This is perfect. Valkyrie. I always be saying Valkyrie, but that's probably not even how you say it. I don't know. My brain just wants to say Valkyrie. But thank you for joining. Valkyrie Rising. It's probably so wrong, and I apologize. All right, let me see who we got. Okay, they passed through that fast. Yeah, conflict resolution is so important. So important for our community. So important for humanity. So many people have no idea how to do conflict resolution, how to repair connections, how to continue to build community, because a part of building community is resolving conflict, because like I said, wherever there are humans, there will be conflict. Even when there's only one, there's internalized conflict. Internal conflict is real. And a lot of people don't realize it. That even how you handle your internal conflict can color how you handle external conflict. I think all my internal conflict is around food. A lot of people. Should I eat the healthy thing or should I eat the fun thing? And how do you get the healthy thing to be the fun thing? Like, you know, I could eat this apple or I could eat this donut. Oh. Solution? Donut peach. Sometimes that works. I'll have a donut peach. I'm having a donut and a fruit at the same time. So I can feel like I'm having something fun and healthy. And then sometimes it's just a matter of harm reduction. You know, I'll eat the healthy thing first and half of the fun thing. You know, it's not as bad as just eating like, you know, it's negotiation. Internalized negotiation is kind of the way I approach conflict externally. So you see, I'll do negotiation with myself internally. That is how I approach conflict externally. What can we negotiate? Where's the middle ground? Where's the give and take here? It's important. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to look for the exit song. I love to play our exit song. The exit song is We Are Family by Sister Sledge. I put that out there because some spaces I cannot play it. So for those spaces, I have to shut down the live before the song starts. But if you want to listen to it later on your own, you can. In this space, I definitely can play the song. And it's all good. Bria Space, welcome in. Grand Rising. All right, so let me find it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep showing up with what's important to me and hope it resonates with somebody out there. A lot of times it does. So I'm happy about that. All right. So I hope everybody lives their wild and wonderful life because you deserve it. We all deserve it to live as wild and wonderful and free as we can. All right. So our ending stats are 10.3K taps, 717 shares. We have 2 people in the building currently, and we are a C5 in the top 80%, which is pretty good. C4 is our next milestone. We've had 64 viewers. We have been live 1 hour and 25 minutes. When we end, we'll hit the 1.5 hour mark. 7 gifters, no new followers, $4.15 earned in this live. So bravo to everyone here. Hi, Diana. We are just ending. So nice to see you. Because I got to get to my day job. For those of you that don't know, I'm a pet care provider. I have owned my own pet care business for the last 14 years. Dog walking, pet sitting, and pet training is what I do every day when you are not seeing me on live. Most likely I'm with a pet, someone else's pet. Sometimes mine. I have pets too. All right. All right, we're gonna play our exit song. But like I said, for those of you over here that won't be able to hear it, please do listen to it on your own time. And ask me questions about it later. All right. If you are watching this in the replay, leave questions in the comments, questions, concerns, feelings, thoughts, and I will definitely respond. All right, live your wild and wonderful life because you deserve it. All right.